Good day, sir. I'm Marlon C. Procurato from BS Criminology, Section 2B. I will start my report in subject Human Behavior and Victimology. Cause of abnormal behavior. When we say abnormal behavior, is any behavior that deviates from what is considered normal. There are four general criteria that psychologists use to identify abnormal behavior: violation of social norms, statistical rarity, personal distress, and maladaptive behavior. So one of causes of normal behavior is anxiety. A stressful situation that if become extreme, it may result to maladaptive behavior. So, number two, cause of abnormal behavior is faulty learning. The failure, when we say the faulty learning, is the failure to learn the necessary adaptive behavior because of wrongful development sa usa ka tao. This is usually a result to delinquent behavior based on the failure to learn the necessary social values and norms. And three causes of abnormal behavior is block or distorted personal growth. Presumably, human nature tends toward cooperation and construction activities. However, if we show aggression, quarreling, or other maladaptive behavior, the result may be an unfavorable environment. Four causes of abnormal behavior is unsatisfactory interpersonal relationship, self-concept in early childhood by over-critical parents or by rigid socialization measures usually cause deviant behavior among individuals because they are not contented and even unhappy in the kind of social dealing they are facing. So, five causes of abnormal behavior is pathological social condition. Poverty, social discrimination, and destructive violence always result to deviant behaviors. And discrimination isa sa mga cause of abnormal behavior sa usa ka tawo. Neurotic behavior. Neurotic behavior is when a person reacts in a way that may seem over the top or unreasonable to others. This usually happens when they face a situation that scares them even if it might not seem scary to others. These reactions are hard for the person to control. Now example sa neurotic behavior. So kung example is a neurotic person often feels worried or scared. So mintin siya ma-worried niya, mintin ma-scared in a normal and safe situation bisag walay ka kuan problema sa palibot. For example, they might feel very anxious then they go shopping for groceries or when they are at party. Even though these are normal things for most people, they can feel stressful and scary for a neurotic person. So yeah. Then anxiety disorder. What is anxiety disorder? So the anxiety disorder is defined as a term that refers to a multiple disorder characterized by fear, anxiety, and nervousness or panic that affect a person's quality of life. Ang symptoms of anxiety disorder is sleeplessness. So di kayo katulog kay tungod sa problema nga gidala sa ihang utok. So anxiety disorder can cause sleep problems including insomnia and nightmares. Individual may find themselves tossing and turning all night, unable to relax and fall asleep. So di kayo ka-relax. Specific phobias. So parts of anxiety disorder can cause specific phobias such as the fear of heights, flying, or spiders. These phobias can interfere with daily life and prevent individuals from engaging in activity they enjoy. So, phobias. digestive issues. Anxiety, this is a part of anxiety disorder can affect the digestive system, causing symptoms such as nausea, diarrhea, and stomach ache. Panic. Kung naka-anxiety, so parts na diya ang panic. So, anxiety disorder can also cause panic attacks, which are sudden and intense waves of fear that can last several minutes. Panic attack can cause physical symptoms such as chest pain, shortness of breath, and dizziness. When does an anxiety disorder begin? So, as an good, an anxiety disorder begins when a person becomes unable to cope or go through daily life properly, as they experience exaggerated physical and mental reactions to stressful situation. Anxiety is normal. Everyone feels nervousness at some points in their life. For example, people can be nervous about upcoming exams, medical tests, or job interview. In this and similar situation, it's normal to be nervous. So, when does an anxiety disorder begin? So, sa ikaduha is however, anxiety disorder occurs when it's become difficult to control worries and physical or mental reactions. So, maglisod jud ka sa control kung ma-worries ka, for example like nainakwan sa inyo yung pamilya, so ma-worry ka, then diha magsugod pud napod diha magsugod anxiety nimo, even in situation there aren't threatening. For instance, a person with phobia experience symptoms of anxiety in the presence of an object, situation, or event that isn't dangerous to them. So, the phobic disorder. So, it is the fear of an consequent attempt to avoid the specific object or situation. A person who exhibits a phobia fears a specific situation and tends to prevent it even though he or she realizes that represent no real danger. So, the most common types of phobia. Number one is acrophobia. Acrophobia, fears of high places. So, kana nasa ibabaw ka nga, for example is kanang makakita kag habog or matanaw kag video nga na saya sa habog, mapaningot imong kamot, mura po kag matablan ka sa kadlok. Tanata phobia, fear of death. So, siya mahadlok ka. So, phobia, fear of animals. So, sa mga animals siya na. Then, nyctophobia is fear of darkness, hadlok sa kangit. Pharmacophobia, fear of medicine. So, happyphobia, fear being touched. Then, napaikan is hematophobia, fear of blood. Hydrophobia, fear of water. So, somatic disorder, a mental disorder characterized by a group of conditions in which the physical pain and symptoms of a person feel are related to physiological factors predisposing disorder, or symptoms that cause or health to risk disorder like modifiable risk disorder and non-modifiable risk disorder. So, example of modifiable disorder is smoking, high blood pressure, diabetes, of abdominal obesity. Example of non-modifiable disorder is age, gender, family history. So, psychogenic pain disorder. So, if you ever been sick or injured, chances are that it put you in a pretty bad bond. So, experiencing the pain has been known to exacerbate other symptoms such as stress and anxiety. Unfortunately, just like pain can make you feel worse mentally, your mind can cause pain without a physical source or make persisting pain extensor or linger. This phenomenon is called psychogenic pain, and it occurs when your pain is related to underlying psychological, emotion, or behavior factors. What cause of psychogenic pain? It is entirely clear why your brain sometimes causes pain when there seem to be no physical source. Some theories suggest that it's due to pain memory or conditions that cause the nervous system to hold on to pain long after an injury has healed. Others suggest that this pain may be caused by signals getting confused within the brain. So, two types of pain. Uh, Acute pain is a sharp but brief and usually doesn't require treatment. Then acute pain can also be caused by a fever or infection, labor or constructions. Example of cut brace, burn, broken bone or pulled muscle. So, chronic pain, persistent, lasting anywhere from a few weeks to several years because of the continued suffering of chronic pain. Treatment is highly encouraged. Commonly presents as a headache, a muscle ache, abdominal pain, or back pain. How is treated? Treat the pain depending on the type of pain. Physical therapy, medication, and dietary adjustment may be used to reduce or relieve the symptoms. So the types of dissociative disorder: dissociative identity disorder, dissociative amnesia, depersonalization, derealization disorder. So, and dissociative identity disorder is one two or more separate identities. These identities, called alter, control their behavior at various times. Each alter has its own personal history trait, like and dislike. Known as multiple personality disorder is complex psychological condition caused by many things. Dissociative amnesia. Uh, Dissociative amnesia. This condition happens when you can remember essential information about your life. Di ka ang dissociative amnesia is di ka maka-remember sa imuhang about nga mga work about sa imong life, sa imong past life. The forgetting may be limited to a specific aspect of your life as may include much of your life story and identity. So mo to siya a disorder characterized by retrospectively reported memory gaps. Depersonalization, derealization disorder. This behavior is depersonalization is where you have the feeling of being outside yourself and observing your actions, feelings, or truths from a distance. Derealization is where you feel the world is unreal. Dissociative fog, foggy. A dissociative foggy is a temporary state where a person has memory loss. So, part yapon siya amnesia and ends up in unexpected places. People with these symptoms can't remember who they are or details about their past. So, mga siya, pareha yapon sa amnesia, hindi siya maka-remember about the past of his life. Then, so, kanigid siya is, di siya maka-remember po siyang pangalan. So what is affective disorder? Affective disorder, also known as mood disorder, or described by marked disruptions in emotions, severe low cold depression or high cold hypomania or mania. These are common psychiatric disorder leading to an increase in morbidity and mortality. Symptom of affective disorder is this does oversleeping, poor appetite, irritability, sadness, anxiety, suicidal ideation, aggression, hopelessness, insomnia, hallucination, trouble concentrating. Moto siya ang symptoms of affective disorder. Ang cause of affective disorders, life events can trigger affective disorder. A traumatic event or personal loss can cause depression or other affective disorder. Use of alcohol and drug is also risk factor. So, makakunyapon sa risk. Tapos siya pikto sa imuhang utok. Experience of a person who had affective disorders is difficulty concentrating, struggle to focus or make decision, which can impact work, school, or relationship. Change in appetite or sleep pattern, significant change in eating habits or sleep patterns such as oversleeping and insomnia, suicidal thought, feelings of hopeless, and contemplating suicide as a way to escape emotion pains. We have the solution about affective disorder. So our solution is there are two main treatments for affective disorders: medication and therapy. Syempre, pag nanakay paminaw nimo nanakay sakit ngani, so adto jud ka sa mga therapy. Treatment usually involves a combination of both. No? There are many antidepressants medications available. You may need to try several before you find one that helps relieve your symptoms without too many side effects. This includes vitamin D, supplements, and light therapy, which is supplied by special labs. Psychopathic behavior. Psychopathic describe a set of personality traits and behavior frequently associated with lack of emotion, sensitivity, and empathy, impulsiveness, superficial charm, and insensitivity to pushing consequences. Psychopathic example. We have the example of psychopathic. May show anger if they can intimidate someone, or they might show sadness to manipulate someone, but they don't really experience these emotions. So, for example, is na nag-share sa muguan, then what din sila experience sa ana nga emotion. Nag-share lang sila para ma-intimidate or manipulate ang isa ka tao. Cause of psychopathic behavior is genetics, unhealthy household environment, of brain injury. So, psychopathic solution. We have the psychopathic solution: therapy and counseling, medication, supportive network, or legal intervention. Personality disorder are disorder in which one's personality result in personal distress or significantly impair social or work functioning. We have the kinds of personality disorder. One is antisocial personality disorder. Antisocial personalities usually fail to understand that their behavior is dysfunctional because their ability to feel guilty, remorseful, and unsuccessful is impaired. So, borderline personality disorder. Ang borderline personality disorders is where people with borderline personality disorders experience intense emotion instability, particular in relationship with others. So, avoidant personality disorder. Number 3, an avoidant personality disorder is usually withdrawal due to intense and anxious shyness. Kanang grabe ka kuan ka ulawon. People with avoidant personalities are reluctant to interact with others unless they feel confident and being liked. So, makita man nato ning naingani nga tao nga dili kayo makihalubilo sa ato, pero pag magtanaw niya nga kanang tao is confident siya makihalubilo, diara siya mo dool. Dependent personality disorder. So, natay independent personality disorder is involves severe and disabling emotional dependency on other. 5 is histrionic personality disorder. People with historical personality disorder continually strive to be the center of attention. They may act overly flirtatious or dress in ways that draw attention. They may also talk in dramatic or theatrical style and display an exaggerated emotional reactions. So number 6 is narcissistic personality disorder. People with narcissistic personality disorder have a grandiose sense of self-importance. They seek excessive admiration from others and fantasize about all unlimited success of power. Number 7, obsessive compulsive personality disorder. And compulsive personality disorder is characterized by a preoccupation with details, order lines, perfection, and control. People with this disorder often devote excessive amount of time to work and productivity and fail to make for leisure activities and friendships. Number 8 is paranoid personality disorder. People with paranoid personality disorder feel constant confusion and disturbed towards other people. They believe that they are against them and always look for evidence to support their suspicions. To kaning mga overthinker ng mga tao man siya. Schizoid personality disorder. Schizoid personality disorder involves social isolation and a lack of desire for close personal relationship. People with this disorder prefer to be alone and seem withdrawn and emotionally detached. So, magkaisa ta. Then, 10, people with schizotypal personality disorder. People with schizotypal personality disorder engage in odd thinking, speech, and behavior. They may rabble or use words and phrases in unusually ways, and they may believe they have magical control over others. So that's in the human behavior. We move to the victimology. So nata sa victimology theory. Victimology is the criminology branch that studies the victims rather than the offender. It analyzes a victim's characteristics, role in the criminal justice system, psychological state, and factors that increase their chance of being targeted. So, ang usa ka tao is sa iyang life sa iyang panginabuhi sa kadadlaw is pwede siya ma-target as victim sa mga kriminal nga tao. So, understanding and studying different victimology types are essential for developing effective deterrence methods because it helps criminologists better understand all the actor roles in crime. So, as a victimology, we have the 4 theories of victimology. The 4 theories of victimology is victim precipitation theory, lifestyle theory, deviant place theory, or routine activities theory. So, victim precipitation theory. The victim precipitation theory states that some victims initiate the confrontations that leads to their victimization, whether actively or passively. Various research studies have found that people who have an impulsive personality, rendering them unabrasive or obnoxious to others, may have a higher victimization rate. The reason is that impulsive people are antagonistic, making them more likely to be targeted. Also, they tend to be risky and will get involved in dangerous situations without being courteous. So, the victim precipitation theory suggests that the characteristics of the victim precipitation the crime. That is, a criminal could single out a victim because the victim is of a certain intensity, race, sexual orientation, gender, or gender identity. Number 2 is lifestyle theory. Lifestyle theory maintains that criminals target individuals due to their lifestyle choices. Many victims' options expose them to criminal offender and situation where crime is likely to occur. So, ang lifestyle theory sa imong mga adlaw nga kuan, then example of lifestyle choices that may risk ones of risky sa katao nga mahimong victim. Walking alone at night. Number 2, number 1 is walking alone at night. So, number 2 is living in the bad part of town. So, being promiscuous, drinking in excess, doing drugs, associating with felons. So, deviant place theory. The deviant place theory is the theory that the more often a victim visits dangerous place, the more likely they will be exposed to crime, which raises their chance of being victimized. So, deviant place theory is kana siyang, for example, is kanang lugar nga ilado na kaayong kuan, daghan kayong taong mga bad people nga nagpuyo diha as nga place, pero taga diha ka. So na kay chances nga so na chance nga mahimo jud kang victim nila. Like example nga kanang nga lugar is daghan kay mga tambay kay mga ganggang, like that na kuan ka, mahimo ka nilang victim, or daghan nila ang mahimo nilang victim sa kana nga places. Routine activities theory. So the routine activities theory state there must be 3 factors present for a crime to occur. These factors reflect the regular activities incorporated in a typical American lifestyle, and they increase an individual risk of victimology when they converge. So ang routine activities theory, example ani is kanang the availability of suitable targets na dayon the absence of capable guardians. So ang kaning the availability of suitable targets mo na siya ang kanang tan-aw sa imo is dali lang ka makuha. Dayon ang the absence of capable guardians nang wa kay bisag na kuan na kadiya is walay nitabang sa imuha. Dayon the presence of motivated offender. So that's all my report, sir. Thank you.